We've started recording. So, hi, welcome, Navneet ji, on this podcast. I would want you to introduce yourself uh, before we start the proceedings.
Okay, thank you, Banti, for inviting me to your podcast. I am Navneet and I live in Ludhiana, Punjab. I am a teacher by profession and a crafter, I would say, by passion.
Oh, good. Today's topic that I've been mulling over, I don't have too many words about it. In one word, the topic is destiny.
Okay.
Um, so I'll start with a very strange story. There is this friend of mine who used to read some website which was eerily accurate about his future. I don't know whether he had subscribed or he used to get those free mails or something. And he and I used to have these huge uh, talks about whether destiny exists in the first place and what is its role in our life and how all encompassing is it. So we used to have huge debates over, and he was also my working partner for a long time, for a couple of years. So we used to, every Friday when we used to sit late for work, we used to go for dinner and we used to discuss matters like these. Uh, what I found interesting was his absolute belief in what that lady used to write. And things also, I would have to admit, happened in the way that she predicted for him, at least. Over a period, I found myself attracted to reading that lady once a while. And as I had a bit of distance later, when that period passed, I could see that I used to check for it only when I did not seem to have control over things the way I wanted them. When things were nice and hunky dory, I didn't bother about such things. In fact, I had a point of view which said, oh, it is all hogwash. So this is a story that I wanted to share with you. And the first question that arises in my mind, what do you think personally about destiny and the part it plays in our lives?
According to me, destiny is something which is very important. I feel it is what plays the major part in our life because I firmly believe in a higher authority, a higher being who sets the path for us. And the path we walk on is destiny. That is the meaning of destiny for me, that ultimately situations will arise which will make us walk on that path, on that particular path which has already been laid down by us, by the supreme authority or the supreme being, the one who's controlling us all. And I don't go into reading horoscopes or anything of this kind, but my prayer always includes these words that make me accepting and show me the path clearly
Okay,
so that we walk upon it. I have had this happening in life personally where I wanted to do something, but things turned out in a way contrary to what I wanted. It did make me unhappy for a while. I wouldn't say I accepted it very readily. It made me unhappy for a while. But then looking back in retrospection, I feel that yes, that was the best thing that could have happened at that point of time. And if things had not turned out that way, it would have had a huge impact on the present day. So things turn out the way they have to. Destiny plays a role in our lives, is what I believe.
okay. So I have two questions. Uh, one question is fairly simple. Just because we don't know it, can we attribute it to something that is just a belief system? Which is a direct intellectual question that I got from your. Would you want to answer that first? Is it just an intellectual failure on our part to understand life or things better that makes us believe into an idea
Amar,
which has been told to us by anyone or we've created it? So how would you differ from
from
idea?
action.
Sorry.
No, you're going to say from action, like what action we take and from what is already the master plan, like I call it. Is
Yeah,
that the question?
I'm saying my question is the master plan is the second part of the question. I have not come to that part yet. I'm saying whatever you define as destiny in the beginning itself. Suppose, okay, we'll call it master plan in the sense you meant it. Now, because we do not have the ability to comprehend what is happening, we tend to get into a certain sense of belief system that A or B works like this. Like for thousands of years, it was believed that the sun was rotating around the earth. Now,
Mm.
thousands of years, that means you're talking of millions and billions of people, perhaps. We do not know.
Yeah.
We were
Mm.
an established society by then, a bit of civilization was there, obviously. So it's not that we were apes walking in the jungles, we didn't have intelligence. We had crossed that path, and for at least 2000, 3000, 4000 years, we might have had been working on different kinds of sciences, a scientific temper of sorts. And yet there was this very strong belief system that placed man at the center of the earth and earth at the center of the entire solar system as we saw it. That also sounds like a master plan if I were to look at it. I'm just, it's not against the idea that you're saying. I'm just asking you how, uh, in that context, how would you view your master destiny?
Master plan, yes. Well, I believe that it is our limited knowledge and our limited vision and our own ego that plays a major part in putting ourselves always in the center of things, which I don't think we are. I firmly believe that, yes, in the master plan, in someone else controlling our lives, our destiny, and we just being mere puppets in the play. Yes, we do play a part in not doing something wrong consciously as far as possible, not hurting someone, not doing something wrong intentionally. That is something we can control. But the result of any action that we do, we cannot control. This is what I believe. And then that all that moves according to the master plan. This is my belief.
So, okay, my question is then, why does one have to consciously live a good life? There is always the master plan to blame if somebody wants to
This,
walk.
this has been a controversy that has been raging not only in my mind, but even in my discussions with my husband or others, that he says that if things are happening according to a master plan, so if someone goes and murders somebody, how is that person wrong? Because it's again a part of the master plan, right? But I feel that we have been given an intellect, we have been given the power of thinking, we have been taught, maybe you call it the morals of society, maybe you call it certain cultural and social upbringing that we get, which defines right and wrong for us. And being intellectual beings, I feel we are able to define what is right and wrong, as long as we are towing the line of what we believe to be right. It may not always be right according to certain things, but what we believe to be good and right, I feel we are walking the right path. And yes, destiny does play a role in all this also. Like, I just a few days back, I was listening to a talk where the person said that if I am at a particular place today, maybe, like I am educated or whatever I am, if a person less fortunate than me had those same opportunities that I had, probably that person would have shown brighter than I do, would have done even better than I am doing at present. So at that point of time also, the first thing that struck my mind was destiny. That yes, destiny. So we are born, I feel we are born into a particular family, into a particular space or a particular place, that is again predestined. We don't play a role in that. In all these things, we don't play a role. Yes, we do play a role in at times trying to follow as much as possible the right path. And that is what the prayer is, that guide me to always follow what is good and what is right, according to you. Not, yeah, maybe even society. But I pray for his wisdom, for wisdom from the Almighty to always try to follow the path of truth and rightfulness.
Okay.
And yes, he's, because I think that is the way I have been brought up, That is the way I have been following a path. Born into a family that believed this, married into a family that believed this. So probably I could say that it could be my personal beliefs have been nurtured in a way or have been polished in a way that this has become my belief. And then my own reading, my own perception of situations and things and events has made me believe this, that yes, destiny does play an important role. And there is the maker who is running the show.
Okay. One interesting question that I had was, you said internally doing what is right according to us. Okay.
Yes.
I want to focus a bit on that for a while now. If now I am creating a hypothetical situation, if I am having this discussion with you for the purpose of showing you, look how wise I am, or how knowledgeable I am about certain aspects of life, and that is one Bunty who's still having the physical chat as is, but has a mental layer like that inside. The other Bunty has no such thing. He just wants to have a discussion and figure out if one were to pursue this line of thought and allow things to happen the way they are, to figure out what comes up. Now, do you think both of them will have the same destiny? Because it's the same Bunty, it's the same talk, it's the same physical activity, the same, everything is same, except for the mental layers being different. How do you think their destinies would differ?
So
And
one Bunty, you're trying to say one Bunty is a learner and the other is the learned,
no, one,
right? One is trying to learn.
no, one is trying to show off. He has the ego of, look, I am so wise. The other is genuinely a seeker of sorts who's trying to figure out what happens when a talk like this happens with a certain person. In this case, since you are there on the podcast, you. So both of them physically are doing the same talk. It's the same Bunty. You will hear the same words. You will not know what is going inside this Bunty's mind. But inside, these are two separate personality traits, absolutely. One is egoistic uh, and arrogant of sorts. The other is genuinely a learner, a seeker, trying to figure out things. So, how does it affect destiny in this case, and how do you view it? Because of the point
Well,
that internally,
I
they,
think,
yeah,
I think the seeker is the one who goes further, whose destiny will take him further. Because anything that I have read, one word, I've been reading the Gurbani a lot. I'm not saying I've learned or I understood each and every word, but one main thing that is stressed upon again and again in Gurbani is haume, which needs to be controlled, right? So
what
if
would
at
mean?
any point of time, haume means ego.
Sorry, ego. Okay.
Ego. How man is ego. Like, okay, I am the one, I am like this. These things are revolving around me, or I know everything and I want to show off to the other person, whatever it is. And from what I have learned, I feel that as long as this layer of ego or this layer of knowing everything is there upon us, progress, internal progress or spiritual progress cannot happen. You will learn only if you're open to learning.
Okay.
We have to be open to these kind of things, that I do not know anything, even though I am a seeker, I need to learn. And that is how things will keep on happening to us and growth will happen. And I feel I'm talking about spiritual growth here, about becoming a better human being, becoming a better person. As long as we think that I know everything, I am the best, there's no one beyond me, no one above me, and I am the one who can explain things better to anyone, things will not move for us. So if you are holding this conversation with me thinking that I know everything and whatever she says is doesn't matter to me, you will not gain anything out of it. You may hold the conversation, but there is no growth, no evolution happening, no growth happening. We have to wash off this layer of ego, have to believe that we don't know anything. We are just seekers, and as long as we keep learning, we will keep improving.
Okay. So
And this is how things,